Hi and welcome back to our channel. I'm Jennifer in the kitchen today with Kate for another edition of our Catholic Cookbook Challenge.
And today the cookbook that we're going to be trying out is this one, A Continual Feast, which we've had on our shelf forever but have never even made a single recipe from.
Which is why we are doing our once a month Catholic Cookbook Challenge. We want to live more liturgically, and we also want to try out some of these books that are just sitting on our shelves.
So today, in honor of Valentine's Day coming up, we are going to be making a recipe called Love Knots. So without any further ado, let's get started.
So we're actually making two different versions of Love Knots today. We're making the traditional version from the Continual Feast Cookbook, but we're also making a quick and easy version called Cinnamon Love Knots, just to see which recipe we like better.
So it's kind of become a little bit of a cook-off because both recipes look really good. But where does the tradition of a love knot come from? Well, it actually comes from the Middle Ages, and an authentic love knot looks like this, a figure 8 tipped onto its side, which becomes the infinity symbol.
Because true love never ends, right? So in the Middle Ages on Valentine's Day, it was traditional to wear a love knot made out of 24 karat gold because gold never tarnishes, it lasts forever, and it never loses its perfection, at least according to our cookbook.
So we're going to be starting today with the traditional love knot recipe, and the ingredients you need for that is flour, sugar, eggs, sour cream, butter, vanilla extract, and then the recipe calls for grated lemon rind, but our grocery store only had limes, so we're going to be substituting with lemon peel, which in tradition to us is 2 years expired, but we're going to overlook that.
Because there are no lemons in the grocery store. I promise. I went to 2 different grocery stores and then I was done.
And then also yellow food coloring, which can help it look more yellow, look more like the gold, but it is completely optional. You can easily leave this out. And then also yellow sprinkles.
So we're starting off first by creaming 2 sticks of butter in our stand mixer until they're nice and light and fluffy. Then we're adding in the sugar. Then the vanilla extract and the eggs. Then we're adding the lemon peel and the sour cream. And then mixing it all together and also putting in the yellow food dye. Then finally we're adding the flour and we're going to mix it all up together. And in the background there you can see our helper coming along. And then I'm going to scoop it out, put it in a bowl, and then it has to chill for several hours.
While the dough is chilling, we are going to move on to our quick and easy version of cinnamon love knots, which I have to say, it really looks delicious. This recipe came from a blog called Southern Plate, so I'll link that down below for you.
And all you need for this is sugar, cinnamon, butter, and frozen dinner rolls.
Of course, these are not frozen dinner rolls because, again, our grocery store was out of those today. So we just whipped up a quick batch of breadstick rolls in our bread maker. And so we're using those. But if you use the frozen kind, which will be really quick and convenient, just make sure you let them thaw for an hour before you try to do the recipe.
All right, so we got everything set up and ready to go. We melted the butter, mix the cinnamon and sugar, and then all you have to do is take one of the rolls and roll it into a 6-inch log, then dump it in the butter, roll it in the cinnamon sugar, and form it into a figure 8 on a lined baking sheet.
Sign me up. These are going to have to sit and rise for an hour or so after we're done getting, oh my gosh, they look so good. After they're,
You just now noticed?
oh golly, those look good. I'm so glad we're trying 2 recipes. Okay, so yeah. Tip from Kate, the longer you can stretch them out, the easier it is to make the love knot shape.
I think if you stretch them out in here,
Okay.
you can get a better sugar coating. And then producer has joined us.
Our Beagle producer. This is Bishop Beagle here on the ground. He has been excommunicated for sleeping during Mass. We discovered that character flaw during the pandemic when we had to watch Mass online. He would come in and then he would snore loudly during Mass, and so that was it. Bishop Beagle was excommunicated.
Okay, it's not dinner time. What are you doing?
We're afraid that he has come under the influence of our pagan cat, who never shows up for the family rosary at night until it's over. Or sometimes she shows up and then just leaves when she sees what we're doing. So she's definitely a pagan.
And they both worship the sun.
They both worship the sun. I think the Bishop Beagle worships his food bowl.
She worships the sun, definitely.
Definitely. Pagan cat sun worshiper. So this is what they look like. We have to cover them and let them rise for an hour, but they look so delicious. I'm looking forward to the taste testing part of this. Okay, good night, little rolls, and we will see you in an hour and a half. Okay, so now we're back with our traditional dough. It's been chilling in the fridge for several hours. It is pretty stiff and cold. But we are going to roll them into pieces that are about 12 inches long and a ½ inch diameter, and then put them on greased cookie sheets. These are not going to rise at all, so what you see kind of is what you get. And we've never made these, so it's an experiment. We'll see how we do. Work. We might have to just do the best we can. Is that a foot? Doesn't seem like a. It's a foot. 12 inches right there. Okay. And the sprinkles go on halfway through the cooking. They don't go on yet.
All right, so we finished it, and this is what they look like. They were not particularly fun to roll into this shape. It's a very sticky dough. So some of them are less than perfect. We have a pretzel in our midst for no good reason.
I accidentally made a pretzel in that infinity shape. It eluded me at first, but the recipe does say keep your dough in the refrigerator as long as you can, because otherwise it will get really sticky. So yeah, that's okay. The path of true love never did run smooth. So we're going to put these in the oven now at 375, and then halfway through the baking time, we'll take them out and gild them with our yellow sprinkles. So this is what they look like halfway through. This is when we're supposed to gild them with our sprinkles. So we'll see. Okay, so they're out of the oven now. I would say the sprinkles don't show up that much, but maybe... Yeah, I think you could probably skip the sprinkles, but...
They had a little bit of shine.
A little bit of shine.
But it's not, oh wow, or anything.
Okay, so I think they're looking pretty good. They doubled pretty quickly, so... We're going to go ahead and put them in the oven at 375. That's what our recipe called for like, I don't know, 10 minutes, and we'll see. The Cheaters Quick and Easy Love Knots are also out of the oven. I can't tell you how good it smells in here right now. The cinnamon, the butter, the sugar. So I would say, as far as making them, this was more fun.
Yeah, it was way easier.
It was easier to roll the dough. It smells really good, but we haven't tasted the other ones yet, so we don't know.
Let these cool, and then we'll see which tastes better.
Alright, so we are almost down to the fun part, the taste testing. But before we do that, we do want to talk a little bit about the cookbook Continual Feast, which, looking through it, it has a lot of neat recipes in it, but I noticed that a lot of them are international in flavor, like Indonesian fritters, or what else here? Greek palm sundae baked fish, Polish 12-fruit compote, Hungarian poppy seed and walnut roll. So that's kind of fun. And there is a lot of information about different feast days, but I think if you're going to use this, you need to plan ahead.
Definitely, yeah.
Because you might not have the specific ingredients that you need.
Now we're on to the taste test, and we're going to start with the traditional love knots first.
Okay, so here we go. They didn't learn like a cookie, so yeah.
There's not much flavor.
Not much flavor. Maybe if we had used real lemon zest, if we could have been able to get a lemon. But otherwise, it would be good like if you had it with a coffee, I think. You know, it's not a sweet cookie, which surprises me because it has a whole cup of sugar in it. Not bad, but got a whole plate of them here, so I'm not...
It passes the Beagle test.
Yeah, I'm teaching teenagers this week. I'm sure they'll eat them. But I would say I probably wouldn't make this again. What do you think? No.
It's just not that amazing.
It's not that amazing, and it was a lot of work with the sticky dough. So maybe we'll just stick with the 24 karat real gold love knot as a Valentine's Day gift. Okay, so now we're going to try the cinnamon love knots. I think Kate and I are just going to share one. I don't know how to do this. Rip. Okay. So these look pretty yummy. Yeah.
That tastes good.
Yeah, definitely the cinnamon love knots for the win.
You get like a sticky sugar crust on it.
But it's not super sweet like the cinnamon roll because the sugar and the cinnamon is just on the outside. So
it's a good balance. That's what you have there.
The clear winner. That is the end of our February Valentine's Day Catholic Cookbook Challenge.
So we will leave links to both recipes down in the description box. And if you try one or the other or both, make sure to let us know in the comments.
Or if you have any suggestions for how to improve the love knots, let us know. If you've done them before and obviously spotted a mistake that we made, let us know.
So we hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.